I have a lot of questions that need a lot of answers, as I'm sure we all do, about this whole Colleen situation. Now, I have 2 videos that are ready to go up. They're like deep dives on Trent Ballinger and other stuff pertaining to Colleen, with lots and lots and lots of receipts, like receipts that I'd never seen before on any YouTube channel. Like I've got them all, so they're all there. So I'm not going to bore you with those receipts today. We're not going to go into those receipts because it doesn't make sense to post multiple videos with the same receipts. But I want to briefly touch on the situation just before I kind of dive into it with my thoughts, right? So Trent Ballinger, he's been accused, well, he was accused back in June of this year of inappropriately messaging 13, 14-year-old girls, or at least one girl, who now identifies as they/he. When I read those messages, it made me feel so bloody sick. Like we're going to get into it in another video, but I was like, wow, like this is worse than Colleen being all like, haha, funny, like I'm going to send you some like lingerie in the mail, like hee. Like she was like kind of like joking about that kind of stuff, if you get what I mean with Adam. This stuff wasn't a bloody joke. Like this dude is so fully effed in the head. The pattern that I'm seeing that's occurring anyway is that every single member of Colleen's family are all dodgy. Like they're all dodgy. And what's really weird is that in those messages, her brother had briefly kind of said, oh, like, I'm going to get in trouble with my parents. And I'm thinking like, wait, how old is this dude? No, but at the time he was in his 30s. That's what this now 18-year-old has said. He was in his 30s at the time when he was messaging her when she was 13. So he was saying like, oh, I'm going to get in trouble with my parents for talking to someone, like blah, 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 blah. Like, I was like, what do you mean you're going to get in trouble with your parents? You're a fully grown effing adult. Like, what does that mean? I'm wondering, just because of Colleen's Netflix series, don't lie, we all laughed at that shit. It was funny at the time. It's not funny now that we know what Colleen's really like and what her family's really like. I'm wondering if that Netflix series was kind of based off her real life, because a lot of the times these documentaries or these Netflix series are based on real stories. I'm wondering if she looked within herself and her character and based that TV series, that Netflix TV series, off her own life and her own experiences and made it funny. Maybe it's like some sort of PTSD from like her childhood. Like I really don't know, because like I don't know how much older her brother is. I don't know if he was being like weird to her when she was a kid and her sister. And I'm also wondering about these parents. Oh, and also Jessica Ballinger, who is her sister-in-law. Adam McIntyre was saying that she was asking him to get tea on Colleen's ex-husband. Like this is back in the day when Adam was like involved with like Colleen and stuff. She was asking him to like go onto tea pages and stuff and find out the guru gossip on Josh, which is just super weird. So it's not just like her siblings, it's like her sister-in-law too. So I'm really questioning what her upbringing was like. Like I hate to say it, but it's the truth. And this is the thing, not everyone who has a screwed up upbringing becomes a screwed up adult. Like you have a fucking choice. What is going on? What was going on in that house? You know, it's really telling. Like a lot of people who are comedians, a lot of the time they're actually like depressed people, which is kind of surprising because it's like, oh my God, like they're so funny. Like I never would have thought that person was depressed or had like severe mental issues. A lot of the time comedians are depressed and they use humor as a way to combat their PTSD. Like a lot of the times that happens, it's the truth. So I'm wondering if Colleen's character on that show and on her YouTube channel is kind of like trying to heal her inner child in a way. Like, I don't know. I know this is like a real deep psychoanalysis on Colleen, but like I really just don't understand why all these siblings are all getting accused of the same sort of shit and no one's being like, wait, hold on a second, this isn't just one person, this is like the whole family pretty much. Also, something else really weird that I wanted to mention is that there are so many viral TikTok videos going around of Colleen Ballinger dancing really inappropriately in front of her son. The shit that she does is just too far. Like it's not even funny. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't find that funny. I don't think anyone has found that content funny. If they have, like WTF, like who the is watching Colleen Ballinger. Who the hell has been like watching her TikToks? You know what I mean? Like, it's weird content. It's very disturbing. I didn't laugh when I saw those TikToks. I thought they were really effing weird. What's also super weird is that Colleen has been profiting off her cancellation for the longest time, right up until like the middle of this year where she fully got cancelled. Apparently she was making fun of like Adam and like just the fact that she was getting cancelled for all that stuff that he'd accused her of at her shows. Apparently also her YouTube video was monetized, her apology video. It's just super weird. Also, I want to mention on Trisha's latest podcast, one of the topics they covered was Ariana Grande allegedly being friends with Colleen behind the scenes and supporting her still. Ariana's been cancelled this year for home wrecking, so if this is true, if she is hanging out with Colleen behind the scenes, it's yet another reason to stop listening to her music. I'm sorry, I've got to say it, but it's the truth.
So
what? Who said this?
Because their families are really close and they've been friends for so long that, and there's like this theory that behind the scenes she's been supporting Colleen.
Who came up with this theory?
I've seen it.
Really? TikTok or Twitter or YouTube or?
I saw it on YouTube first.
Moses, interestingly enough, made a valid point. He'd said, like these big celebs tend to do, looking at you, Jojo, they tend to just read a headline and believe it's not true and will continue supporting their friend no matter what.
I think what I've noticed is with big celebrities, they just assume other celebrities are being lied on. Like, you know, kind of like JoJo.
Yeah, you think that because you just think, oh, it's like blown out of proportion or that's like twisted
especially
truth or
if they
something.
heard their side of the story.
Trisha went on to talk about people supporting influencers, knowing what they've been accused of, but her and her co-host also discussed how if someone's that famous, they tend to not get involved with making statements on less relevant people. So that's potentially why Ariana Grande hasn't made any comments about Colleen.
Well, it says a lot. Honestly, like these kind of situations always says a lot about people. Like when you see if they support or not. I see people supporting her. Sometimes I'm just like, like again, you can like love someone and like, you know, whatever. You don't have to like, but just not say anything. The people who like speak out of support, it's like that's kind of like okay.
Yeah, at least Ariana hasn't like publicly, and I don't think she ever, because that's like you're that famous. It's like you're never gonna like get involved. But
yeah, it's super weird to see how many influencers are still publicly supporting Colleen. I think a lot of them haven't really read the receipts or maybe they haven't read the receipts on her brother either. It's weird because I read somewhere online that Jessica Ballinger doesn't want Trent near her children. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, I hope it's true because that is some seriously cooked shit that he was sending this 13-year-old. Like, I'm not going to go into the receipts in this video, but oh my God, it was disgusting. I tried not to vomit reading that shit. It was rank. How is he not in prison? That's what I want to know. Because he was low-key like asking her to catch up and stuff and meet up and asking for her cell phone number and she was like, oh, I'm not that keen and my mum probably wouldn't be that comfortable either with me. Like the fact that he wanted to meet up with her, like it kind of reminded me of one of those like horror films that, I don't know if you guys have seen that one where the chick's like meets up with this dude and it turns out to be like a catfish and then he like does all this horrible shit to her. Like there's heaps of movies like that out there. So that was really, really scary to see those messages. I wonder I actually don't want to know. I don't want to know what he would have done if he'd met up with this 13, 14-year-old. Do you know what I mean? Like it's so screwed up. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on the situation. It's making me feel really, really uncomfortable. And I feel really bad that I didn't know about this drama up until now. Not even dramas. It's a crime. I'm sad that I didn't know about it up until now. I'm wondering why it didn't get that much media attention, or maybe I've just been living under a rock. I'm sure a lot of people have too, because those receipts got exposed in June, you know, and that's quite some time ago, and we're in October now. The fact that that didn't make massive news headlines, maybe I was living under a rock, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on it though, because it's so screwed up. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, and I'll see you guys in our next investigation.